Hey guys, welcome back in the course. Now you can see we have created this menu and added this form to this home.php page. Now we need to make it same like this. Left side sidebar in a content area where we have this post in this this form and these fields where we can insert something or submit something. We have also pagination and a footer and things like that. So first let's create this area basically. So we'll go to the code right here, and first of all we'll now again start one more div tag. Class here will be content, and inside this div tag we'll have two more divs, one with the id lift user underscore timeline, and div close, and another div will have an id content timeline. So inside this two div tags we need to add the data. For example, another div which will have id user details and div close. Now we need to actually copy this comment from there and post it here. Content area starts and this content area basically ends right here. It ends like here, and then the user data starts from here. User timeline starts, and this user timeline basically ends right here. User timeline ends, and after that we have this content timeline. Content timeline starts and that ends here actually. So that's really simple. Now inside here we have to add another div with id post, and that's it. So let's first of all go here and remove all the other things. Just keep the footer one and remove all others from here. Only the content we will keep, that the content one width will be 1000 pixel and margin will be that, but the background color will be something like we have added already to this head wrap and header. So right here, and we will, for just testing purpose, oh sorry, not this will not be the background right here. This background we will add to user. Let's see what is the content is okay. User timeline, user underscore timeline, add the background like this. Width will be 250 pixel, float will be left, and the height will be 600 just for testing purpose. Let's refresh the page and there is nothing. height 600 pixels, width 200, background is that, user timeline, user underscore timeline, it's okay, fine, nice. Why then it's not coming here? Basically user timeline, let's write something so let's to save. Yes, when I wrote something, this is now coming here, but we need to make it show like float lipped, and this one margin auto is okay, margin auto 1000 pixel, the content, oh sorry, this is class, so we need to remove the hash sign and add the dot sign. Now refresh the page and you can see and we can add a border to this timeline, border left, sorry, border right, 2px solid black, not 2px, actually 1px. So I think it looks something like this. It's great. So first of all, we need to add the data to this place, I mean the user detail that we already have in our database. So we can do that very easily by going here and just start the PHP block, and say get user is equal to select all from users. This is the query that we have written and saved in the local variable. Now we'll create another variable, run user is equal to MySQLi query con connection variable and get user. Okay, but before this we need to actually save the session, get the session of the person. So we'll do that by using by creating a user variable, local variable, that will be equal to $_session user underscore email. So because we need to just get the exact one single user, not all the users, so we'll say select all from users where user underscore email is equal to this email, which is basically inside the session, so we can get the specific or particular user. Now the next thing, we don't need to add anything like while loop or something like that, just create another variable row, MySQLi fetch array, and 2 parentheses, and inside the 2 parentheses for this function we'll add that run underscore user. We'll make that as an array, I mean fetch array. Now what we can do is simply echo everything here, you know, something like in the first paragraph we'll say p, then img source is equal to user underscore user, then user underscore images folder, and then we'll say okay, get the user. First we'll get the user underscore id, which is inside the row, and that is we are getting from the table, from the users table. So we first need we'll first save this all in local variable, so that will be more easier for us. The next thing will be username, row username. This I'm just getting this data from this table. Basically we have right here the users one. I'm getting this data from this username, user pass, user email, etc. I'm giving these names, and then user email. What we need to show here: name, country, login, last login, member, and some other links. Just we need to add 4 things here, only 4, so we don't need actually the user email right here. We need user country. It will be equal to here user country, and this one will be user just register date. It will be here the name is register underscore date. Register date, and the next one is last login. Last login, that is also last login. Just check it. Last login, yes, fine, nice. Oh, we have got the data now. Here the first thing will be user images. From the user table, inside the user table we have another table called user underscore images, and there we have this image with the specific user. So we need to actually get the user image as well. User image is equal to $_row, and then user underscore image. So we'll get the name, and then we'll find this name inside the folder, so we can easily get that user underscore image. And the width will be 200px, and height will be also 200px. And p close. Let's see whether we get this person or not. Oh, you can see this is the default image we had for that person. That's mean we got that really nicely. Now in the next paragraph we'll say name, and we'll just display the name which is inside the username variable, and p close. But here in the name we'll say strong. We'll add a strong take to the name text, so this will be strong. I mean a little bit bolder. I just copy paste it again and again, 3 times or 4 times I think. So the next thing is country. I'll say user country. The next thing is register date. See here, just for idea, last login, and member since. Last login, and say last login and member since. Register date. Control S to save. We are refresh, and you can see name Abdul Wali, country Afghanistan, last login that, and member since this. Really nice and really cool. But in the next video we are coming back and actually doing something really nice and cool with this by designing it, and then adding some more details, some links as well to this. So see you in the next lecture.